Hey, welcome back. Going over Brewster's Millions Christmas on BET Plus, starring China McClain and Little Romeo. I think he may want to go by Romeo Miller now, perhaps. And also Miss Thelma Hopkins, which we know her from Rachel from Family Matters. And she was also in Gimme a Break, I think. But I don't remember her character's name on there. So if Brewster's Millions sounds familiar, it's because a Brewster's Millions movie came out in 1985 starring Richard Pryor. Um, the synopsis kind of the same as this one. Someone wealthy, they have a relative that dies that leaves them money, but they have to, in Brewster's Millions and the one with Richard Pryor, he had to spend a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time in order to inherit everything else. Where in this one, she has to do task, right? Selfless task, because it's during Christmas time, right? Before she can get her money, her funds, whatever is left for her, right? Also, doing some more research, I found out that the first Brewster's Million movie came out in the 40s. So that was the first one, and then the remake in 85. And then this one with a little Christmas twist thrown on it. Now, I would like to say, for starters, the aesthetics, Christmas movies always have the greatest aesthetics, right? Because you love looking at decorations and all that. But the fashion in this was superb. I absolutely adore China McClain's wardrobe. It was very sophisticated, elegant. You know, it's sexy, but it's not raunchy. It's not giving you too much, just enough. I absolutely adore the wardrobe. Everybody looked nice, you know. And one of the things that I really love about this movie is I feel like in a way they paid homage to Richard Pryor by having his children in the movie. Rain Pryor, his daughter, and she shined. Her role was fantastic. She played someone that China was helping. She lived in lower income housing. She was an aspiring designer. To me, I feel like she stole the show. She did a great job. And Richard Pryor Jr., Richard Pryor's son, I believe he's his oldest child, not quite sure, but he played the role of the deceased uncle. He played Morgan, who is China McClain's character. He played her deceased uncle, so he was in there in like flashbacks and memories of Morgan. So I thought that was wonderful. You know, anytime there's a remake of a movie, anytime there's a sampling of a song, I just appreciate the fact that they will have the original person, or in this case, because Richard Pryor has been deceased for many years now, that they have his children, his offspring in the movie. So I thought that was a nice touch. Also, someone else who's in the movie that's related is China's sister Sierra, and the scene when they sang that song in church was so beautiful. Like, I teared up a little bit. I was not expecting to tear up on this. You know how Christmas movies are known for having a certain amount of corn, kind of corny, right? But it's the type of corn that we like, that we enjoy this time of year, right? I was not expecting to tear up. It was beautiful. And I love that they have had her sister in there. You know, we watched the McClain sisters grow up. Most of us, I think, know them from the Tyler Perry movie, Daddy's Little Girls. And then, if I'm not mistaken, there's 3 of them. If I'm not mistaken, China was in the Meet the Browns, or I get the names confused sometimes of the show. So to see them grown up as beautiful young women, from child actresses still doing their thing, I love it. This was, out of the Christmas movies I have seen so far, starting this season, this has been my favorite. Little Romeo plays, I guess you can say, maybe a semi-villain, because he was supposed to be guiding her while she's completing these tasks at a certain time. But there's somebody else at the family business that wants to sabotage it because they don't want Morgan to become CEO. So he kind of has that role of maybe slight antagonist. Now, I will say his presence wasn't overwhelming. It didn't really stand out like Rain Pryor's did. Her character just really stand out, you know, as far as being outside of the main character. Also, somebody else is in this, that little boy that was in Everybody Hates Chris that played the brother. He's in this. I didn't recognize him for a while. I was watching, I'm like, he looked, and I just kept looking. I was like, okay, that's dude. Okay. You know, I think the last time I saw him, he was a teenager probably. He was in this movie that came out in 2009, 2010. So I'm like, okay, he's on his grown man, you know. A lot of times child actors, when you see them growing up, you think they're way older than they actually are, because you used to seeing them for so long. Don't know how old he is, but he's definitely in his grown man bag. So he plays kind of like this pompous, you know, R&B singer in the movie who grows a heart through getting to know China, and he actually ends up helping her complete a task because, like I said, she was kind of sabotaged in trying to complete her task, right? I was wondering, should I label this a musical? I'm not sure, but there was singing, because we know the McClain sisters sing. There's this cute little boy in it who sings as well. He was one of the people that Morgan helped on her quest to try to keep her money. You know, it started off that being a focus, but she eventually became a selfless person and a giving person while she was completing these tasks, right? So we always love a good turnaround story where a person's, you know, a Scrooge, and then, you know, they grow a heart like the Grinch. All right. I was looking at my little notes here, but I loved it, man. You know, for those of you that watch streaming, please check out BET Plus. This is on BET Plus. It just dropped not too long, maybe like a day or two ago. But this was a really good production. The cinematography, the story was nice. Like I said, it's a recycled story, but it's kind of like the Christmas Carol. That's one of my favorite Christmas stories. I can watch that no matter what show it's on, I can watch the Ghost of Christmas Present, Past, Future, all that. So, like I said, even though the story's not quite original, they executed it perfectly to me. All right. I loved it. Like I said, again, shout out, you know, Rain Pryor. I would love to see her in some more stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I think she did her thing with the comedy thing back in the day. I believe that's her. I'm not sure how many children Richard Pryor has, but she looks like the same lady. So, yeah. So anyways, check it out. Again, this is Brewster's Millions Christmas on BET Plus. All right. Let me know. You drop down in the comments and let me know, what do you think about this movie? Do you agree? Did you like it? I really enjoyed it. All right. Shout out to my 91 subscribers. Shout out to the rest of you as well who are not subscribed, but you know you can by hitting that button for me, helping me out. Thank you very much for those of you that tune in every time I drop a video. All right. Peace and blessings. Until next time.